Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again at the Bitcoin market. This time we are mostly interested just with the intraday charts because we are watching for flirting of the market with the 50,000 level. And despite the really strong action that we have, some potential bearish patterns could be formed here because it's still unclear how market will react on this level. So within the previous 2 weeks we have made correct suggestion that as market shows not proper reaction on resistance levels, we have treated as the sign of the strength and said that market should try to go higher and to hit at least 42 target. But as a result, as we discussed in the previous update on Thursday, it has jumped not just to an OP target that was around 42, but right to the XOP target that was around 49. And this XOP has been hit. Meantime, we have a few extensions that stands very close to the 50,000, and upward action was supported as by the jump in interest rates that we discussed. So you could see on interest rates, the grabber that we discussed on Friday's completed market has jumped above the 1.2%. In recent time, the Bitcoin shows strong correlation with the interest rates. Second, you know the multiple announcements of the investments as from the Tesla company in the Bitcoin market for $1.5 billion, as from the Morgan Stanley that they intend to invest in the Bitcoin market as well. All the stuff supporting the Bitcoin and leading higher. But at the same time, on a weekly chart, we said that market is coming to 1618 extension, so 50,000 from this swing to the downside. This is 1618 extension, and 1618 is the typical ratio for head and shoulders pattern. So that's actually one of the reasons why we keep an eye on what will happen here. Market strongly overbought. It means that it not makes sense to take new long positions here, but it would be better to keep an eye on the possible bearish patterns that could trigger some short-term reaction, some retracement on the 50,000. Some relief of the market, so now market stands in attention, aiming on the 50,000. Once it will be hit, maybe it will be some relief and some profit taking around it. So, and potentially that could lead to the greater pattern. But this is very long-term picture. We will see what will happen here. On the daily chart, our market is not at overbought. It was one of the reasons why market stands flat here without showing upward action. We said once market will stay out of the overbought, it get the chance to complete the 50,000 area. So here is just final swing is necessary to complete this, reach this area. But another moment that we intend to keep an eye on is a possible bearish divergence. So currently we do not have it, as MACD lines have not crossed. Here's just the bullish trend, but you could see already the difference between the levels of the MACD. While on the chart, you could see this divergence with the indicator. So if we will be correct on the retracement, the market will turn down. In this case, we could get the divergence, and that potentially could lead to the big pattern here, or at least give us a chance to trade some downward action here. It means that on intraday charts, we need to keep an eye on the bearish reversal patterns that could be formed around 50,000, and we have two of them. First of all, this is the same butterfly. It's one of 618 extension that has not been reached yet, with the target around 1520 approximately. It's right here. And take a look, market could come to this with the perfect shape of the 3-drive sell pattern. So potentially 1520 area is an area to keep an eye on the possible bearish reversal with a tactical pullback. So by the 3-drive, it should be Market should take out the low between the second and third drive, so the market should drop below 46 approximately to complete its target. Based on the butterfly, well, usually if market properly reacts on the butterfly, it should be 30% support level, mean at least 30% support. In this case, butterfly is treated as a completed. So on the daily chart, you could see this 30% level. It's approximately 41, 42 area. So retesting, by the way, of the previous top. This easily could happen. Yes, currently taking the short position here brings significant risk, but at the same time, you could place relatively tight stop just above this area. It will be very small stop, and if you appear to be wrong, you will not lose significant money. But in the case of the success, it will be very significant downward action. To control this process of the reversal, you could drop the time frame even more. For instance, to the hourly chart, to the 15-minute chart, and watch for clear bearish reversal patterns there. So, for example, here it could be, I don't know, maybe the hand and shoulders pattern, another minor butterfly, because on the 3 drives, very often the minor butterflies are forming here as well. So you could start with these patterns for trading. The bottom on the follow time frame chart will already have these patterns. So with the stop slightly above this area, preparing for reversal, well, it could be one of the scenarios that you could consider. So that's actually all that we have currently, because taking the long position here is very, very risky, as market is a very bad stance on the weekly and daily chart. And anyway, you need some pullback for make position on the long side of the market. But if you are ready to take this risk and consider these scenarios, you could keep an eye and think about possible taking the very short-term bearish trades on the Bitcoin, because the overall pullback would be not really small. It could be for 6-8 thousandths to the downside coin, so it's not very small potential. So just think about it and make the decision and act correspondingly in the beginning of the week.